Good morning, my country people. How na day, how na night go? Hope so I get a very beautiful night rest and you woke up in agility this morning because that's what I did. You realize on top of our show, headlines review on top of ABN radio and television. The show will discuss about the trending issues that happen for our country, Nigeria, and the ones we did on our website this morning on top of the show. That one I come out this morning. My name is Just Gifted, and I'm your pilot on top of the show. Headlines review on top of ABN radio and television. Those stay glued to your TV screens and radio set as we go on a very short break. Then we'll come back. We'll take the headlines we're going to discuss this morning for on top of the show. Then we'll come back. We'll take the full details of the news we'll get this morning to discuss on top of the show headlines review. Stay glued to your screen. My name is Just Gifted. Alright, welcome back from that very short break. You did live on top of our show, headlines review on top of ABN radio and television. As we promised, we don't come back from that very short break, and now we'll take the headlines we'll get to discuss this morning on top of the show. So, on our very first one this morning, I say Nollywood legend Amechi Monauga is dead. Military don't talk on how Kaduna abducted school children were rescued. On top of the palliative distribution matter, stampede that killed 2 students caused by inpatience. That one, and Nasarawa Varsity Chairman Kaira won't talk. Governor Uzo Demano appointing brother as Deputy Chief of Staff. Releasing Nnamdi Kanu over poor health condition. That one, IPA behind the whole federal government. Simon Ekpa, 96 others, enter wanted list of defense headquarters. CDS don't vow to restore security for inside FCT at a meeting with Wike. Alright, so that one of the headlines we'll get to discuss this morning on top of the show. Headlines to review on top of ABN radio and television. We'll go take out the details of these headlines we'll just read out now. So stay tuned to your TV screens and your radio set. My name is Just Gifted. Also, don't say if you contribute to what we discuss this morning on top 081 090 55550. The number to call on 081 090 55550. If you want to come out with the matter we'll discuss this morning on top of the show. And if you log on to our website for www.abntv.com.ng, www.abntv.com.ng, if you want to follow us for the details we will read this morning on top of the show. So that was too much time. We're going to enter straight into the details of the headlines. Alright, on to the very first one we get this morning. I say the member representing Arochukwu Ohafia Federal Constituency, named Honorable Ibe Okwara, don't list massive projects way imposed to complete before the end of the year. All in an effort to ensure that the democratic dividends trickle down to various communities for inside in constituency. So among the projects to be delivered include the long abandoned Oboro Okagwe Road, Achara Ihechiowa, Ufwele Aku, Ibina Ihenta Ohafia Road, among others. Honorable Higwe Ibe, while giving a report on his Facebook wall to value constituents, Intoxe, and according to Intoxe, I am committed to transparency and keeping to my campaign promise to hold periodic town hall meetings to enlighten my constituents on events and also get direct feedback from you. I recently had our regular town hall meetings in Arochukwu for February 16th and Ohafia February 17th. Continue to witness while this open forum for discussion may be a new experience for some, I was encouraged by the strong turnout. Your active participation is crucial for effective representation. In giving a progress update, the lawmaker said, as discussed at the meetings, projects for the first year will prioritize wards based on selection as agreed in our previous meeting with evidence attached. With which we are allocated, rest assured, all agreed upon projects listed below will be delivered this year. So that's the very first headlines we'll get to discuss this morning on top of the show. Headlines review on top of ABN radio and television. The member representing Arochukwu Ohafia Federal Constituency, Honorable Ibe Okwara, don't list the amount of projects when he will deliver before he leave office. That one the first headlines we'll get to discuss this morning on top of the show. Without wasting much time, we'll enter the second details of headlines we'll get to discuss on top this morning's show. The Governor Ubasani of Kaduna State, don't talk say Kaduna-based Muslim cleric Sheikh Ahmad Gumi was not involved in the safe return of abducted Guripa pupils through the cleric had, though the cleric had offered to negotiate with bandits for the release of the pupils. The governor stated this on Channels Television Sunday Politics program. In talk say all the 137 school children where they abducted on March 7, 2024 from the Chikun local government area of the state by marauding bandits have been rescued by the military in collaboration with local authorities from neighboring Zamfara state, where the hostages were moved by their kidnappers. So the governor don't describe as speculations, don't talk say for some quarters, say ransom was paid, stressing that Gumi was not involved in the rescue of the pupils. Sani also talks say all those speculations you are hearing today are figments of some people's imagination. I can tell you that without any fear of contradiction, there are nothing like Gumi in this operation. There was nothing like Gumi in this operation. Rather, I can tell you I won't undermine the efforts of our armed forces. Governor Ubasani of Kaduna State 9 declares on top the matter of the release of the abducted children, Guripa pupils. It talks say it nothing to do with the cleric Sheikh Ahmad Gumi. It talks say he commend the armed forces that then carry out this project to ensure that these students were being released. It talks say it get nothing to do with Sunny against the speculations of the make say the Nasoni paid some ransom to enable the release of these pupils, but the governor of Clarence on top of the issue say Sunny has nothing to do with it. That the cleric has nothing to do with it. That it didn't pay any ransom. That the efforts of the armed forces was what brought about the release of these abducted pupils. So now the second headlines we're going to discuss this morning on top of the show. Headlines review on top of ABN Radio and Television. Without wasting much time, we'll enter straight on to the next one we'll get this morning on top of the show. Alright, the Labour Party don't change the venue of its proposed national convention to Unewi, Anambra State over fear of disruption, ABN TV learned. Alright, the party had in a letter addressed to the chairman of the Independent National Election Commission, where we were following known as INEC, Professor Mahmoud Yakubu, signed by the National Chairman and Secretary Julius Abure and Umar Ibrahim, informed the Commission of the new venue. The letter reads, in part, we write to kindly refer you to our letter on the above subject matter in which our National Convention rescheduled for 27th of March 2024 at the International Conference Center, Umuahia, Abia State. We are, however, constrained to change the venue as a result of non-availability of the proposed venue on the scheduled date. We kindly request you to be present and monitor the convention. Alright, now on the new headlines we'll get this morning from top of the show. Headlines review down. Labour Party did not change the venue for a proposed national convention to Unewi, Anambra State over fear of disruption. Alright, moving straight on to the next one we'll get this morning from top of the show. Nollywood legend Amechi Munago is dead. That's really tragic one this morning as a news. The Nollywood actor Amechi Munago reportedly died today, yesterday rather, March 24. Alright, that was yesterday, March 24, after suffering from kidney-related issues, diabetes and stroke, all in one person. That's really tragic. In 2023, he suffered a stroke that led to partial paralysis of his left leg. According to sources close to him, he was undergoing weekly dialysis and physiotherapy to treat the paralysis brought on by the stroke. Alright, his death comes just days after he cried out for financial assistance on social media to enable him pay for a kidney transplant. Alright, the actor appeared in scores of Nigerian movies. He was famous for his role in Aki and Popo and where he played the father of two mischief-making young boys. He is survived by his wife, Hope Chukodi, Mona Ogo, and their children. And now, very sad news coming from the Nollywood actor, who died yesterday, from the ailment he's been suffering since 2023. Now one thing really happen for this country. If you different people start posting about him, rest in peace, and all sort of, burials will come now. People will start to, throw huge sum of money to carry out his burial ceremony. Meanwhile, when he was alive, he was begging for alms to treat himself to be free from this ailment. But then, I believe some people step up to, come out financially to help him tackle the ailment. But then, I know some people they afford this kind of treatment, but then they didn't, say anything. Now, sadly, we don't lose this Nollywood actor. And I think for the past time now, in the last few years, we don't lose so many Nollywood actors as a result of one sickness or the other. That's a tragic one coming from our news this morning that Mona was dead. So we pray that the soul of the departed rest in peace. So moving on straight to the next one, we'll get to discuss this morning from top of the show headlines review. The military high command on Sunday don't give insight into how its troops in collaboration with local rescued over 137 school children abducted from LEA school, Kuriga, for inside Chicken local government area for inside Kaduna. Alright, the rescue of the Kaduna pupils came in less than 48 hours. Troops also rescued 16 pupils, Almajiris, with a woman taken hostage in the Gadalo local government area of Sokoto State. So the pupils and teachers of the school were abducted by suspected terrorists who took them into the forest, the development that had generated outrage nationwide. So following the abduction, the terrorists rescued a ransom of 1 billion naira for their release. The terrorists requested a ransom of 1 billion naira for their release, setting the deadline of March 27, 2024 for the payment. Why threatening that they would start killing them one after the other if the ransom was not paid at the given time. So giving an update Sunday morning, Director Defense Media Operations Edward Buba, a Major General, said the number of the rescued victims stood at 137, comprising 76 females and 61 males. So the senior military officer who did not state whether ransom was paid, explained, said the troops teamed up with local authorities and government agencies during the operation where Zamfara forests were combed and they were finally rescued in the early hours on Sunday. So while the troops had handed over the rescued victims to the Sokoto State government, Buba said the rescued Kaduna school children would also be handed over to Kaduna State government. So that are the headlines we'll get to discuss this morning on top of the show. Headlines review. Very quickly, we're going to short break, then we'll come back. We'll take more details of headlines we'll get to discuss this morning for on top of the show. Headlines review for on top of EBN, radio and television.
Experience the smooth and strong feeling that consistently surpasses expectation. Leading the way in high-performance lubricants, Master Supermoto Oil is as durable as titanium. Experience the smooth and strong feeling that consistently surpasses expectation. Leading the way in high-performance lubricants, Master Supermoto Oil is as durable as titanium. Experience the smooth and strong feeling that consistently surpasses expectation. Leading the way in high-performance lubricants, Master Supermoto Oil.
Alright, back from the very short break. We did live on top of our show, Headlines Review on top ABN Radio and Television. Before we go on the short break, we discuss about the trending issues that happen for our country, Nigeria, and then we're back on the show. If you want to join us for the show this morning, you can call us up 081 090 55550. 081 090 55550. Down the number to call if you want to participate for the show this morning. My name is Just Gifted, and I may be a pilot on top of the show, Headlines Review on top ABN Radio and Television. So without wasting much time, we will enter into more details of headlines we'll get to discuss this morning on top of the show on Headlines Review on top ABN Radio and Television. Alright, palliative distribution. The stampede that killed 2 students was caused by impatience. That one, Nasarawa Varsity VC, they carried that one. Talk. So, Professor Sulaiman Bala Mohammed, the Vice Chancellor, Nasarawa State University, KEFI, don't contribute the Friday stampede that killed 2 students and left 14 others injured to impatience on the part of the students. So the stampede occurred when the students, along with some hoodlums in the neighborhood, swooped on bags of rice donated by the state government to mitigate the current economic hardship. The consignment had been kept at the institution's Convocation Square, with the governor expected to commence distribution Friday morning. The governor was being awaited when the mass of students and the hoodlums overpowered the security men at the gate, poured into the square and started looting the bags of rice. So in the stampede, many were brought down and trampled upon, resulting in the casualties. Bala Mohammed, while reacting to the incident, said the students were not patient enough for the orderly sharing of the rice. So according to what the gesture of the state government was supposed to be a relief for the students given the hardship across the country. Unfortunately, the students were not patient enough to follow the process of assessing the palliatives. Continue to waiting to there was a stampede, so many of the students got injured. 2 students lost their lives. What happened has hurt our reputation, our image, and created a bad name for us. We will not accept that. An investigation will take place, and hopefully we will have all our facts and information. So that one of the headlines we're going to discuss this morning on top of the show. The doctor said the stampede we have for Nasarawa State University, we take the life of 2 students, was caused by impatience because the governor planned, they don't arrange this thing for their Convocation Square, waiting the arrival of the governor to share the palliatives correctly. But then the students were impatient, and so together with hoodlums of the neighborhood, they went and struggled to get the palliative. Why some of them fell on the ground and were trampled upon, which caused the loss of 2 of the students. So without wasting much time, we'll enter on to straight to the next one we'll get to discuss this morning on top of the show. The immediate past Minister of Information and Culture, Alhaji Lai Mohammed, don't recount how fake news on social media don't almost crash in 40 years marriage. So the ex-minister don't give the accounts for Lagos at an event to commemorate the 90th birthday anniversary of Professor Wole Soyinka, Africa's first Nobel laureate for literature. He recalled that one of the pressing challenges he faced in office as minister was the spate of fake news, misinformation and disinformation. So speaking specifically about how the menace almost ruined his marriage, Mohammed stressed that the consequences of fake news, disinformation and misinformation were far-reaching. So waiting talking permits me to share publicly with you today for the first time how social media threatened the foundation of my 40-year-old marriage. It was sometime in 2018 when I came to Lagos from Abuja for an official assignment. As usual, I retired to bed about midnight, but about 3 a.m., my wife gently roused me from my slumber. At first, I panicked, fearing that there had been insecurity breach, but my wife's mind believed that possibility, for she was calm and composed, the ex-minister said. So he continued and talked, saying, my wife asked me if I was fully awake, as there were some serious issues to discuss. I could not fathom what that urgent or serious, what's that urgent or serious to warrant being woken up at this time of the night. My mind immediately did kaleidoscope of my rascalities and escapades in the last few months. So Mohammed Otok said the accusation from his wife was bombshell, narrated to him in Yoruba language. It roughly translated thus: Daddy, death can come knocking at any moment. Please, let me also, as your wife, be a signatory to your overseas account in Ali Financial, which contains $1.3 billion. As one come from ex-Minister of Information, like Mohammed Otok, say the fake news radio spread almost ruined a marriage sometime in 2018. Alright, without wasting much time, moving straight on next to the next one we'll get this morning and say the governor of Imo State, Hope Uzodinma, approved the appointment of his brother, Ferdinand Uzodinma, as the Deputy Chief of Staff in charge of General Services. So Ferdinand Uzodinma was a councillor, transition committee chairman and sole administrator of Oru East local government area. The governor also appointed Cosmos Iwu as secretary to the government. Also reappointed by the governor are Nnamdi Aye, Patrick Ekeji, and Olisai Mika. Sydney Agbo as chief of staff, deputy chief of staff's administration, and deputy chief of staff operation, respectively. Alright, moving straight on to the next one, we'll get to discuss this morning from top of the show. Simon Ekpa and 96 others are wanted list of defense headquarters. Alright, the wanted persons include terrorists and insurgents, among others who are behind violent crimes in the country. They also include the factional leader of the proscribed indigenous people of Biafra, Simon Ekpa, and the Director of Defense Media Operations, Major General Edward Buba, don't release the names and pictures of those declared wanted on Friday. Alright, moving on to the next one, we'll get on top of the show. The Chief of Defense, General Christopher Musa, don't meet the FCT Minister Nyesom Wike for an office for inside Abuja, the state capital. Accompanying the defense chief were 12 military officers drawn from the Nigerian Army. Addressing Wike, the CDS pledged the Army's commitment to restoring maximum security in the nation's capital, which has witnessed a rise in kidnapping recently. He reiterated his commitment to protect the people of Nigeria but solicited the support of the citizens to help in operations. Alright, moving next on to the next one we'll get to discuss this morning. The indigenous people of Biafra don't call on the federal government to release its leader Nnamdi Kanu over his deteriorating health in detention. So the call was contained in a statement signed by spokesperson Ima Powerful on Friday. Powerful said Kanu's health had deteriorated inside the detention facilities. The statement read, IPOB is bringing to the notice of the international community that the federal government and our judiciary had planned a systematic murder of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu using the instrumentality of their fraudulent judicial system. So continuing to wait, our leader was kidnapped and extraordinarily redemption to Nigeria and detained for almost 3 years in DSS Solidarity confinement in Abuja. His health has deteriorated inside the detention facilities, and DSS has been using experimental drugs and practices for serious health issues. Alright, moving straight to the last but not the least of headlines we'll get to discuss this morning on top of the show for WBN radio and television. I see how leader of Mieti Allah was arraigned for establishing militia group. The leader of the Mieti Allah Kauta Hall Group, Bello Badejo, has been arraigned before the Federal High Court in Abuja for allegedly establishing an unlawful ethnic militia group. what they call Kungia Zaman Lafia. Bodojo was arraigned on a 3-count charge filed by the Office of the Attorney General of the Federation, in which he was accused of violating the Terrorism, Prevention and Prohibition Act 2022. He pleaded not guilty when the charges were read to him. The prosecution lawyer Mohammed Abubakar sought a day for the commencement of the trial. Alright, now this note would close the curtains today on top of the show. Headlines review on top of the show. Headlines review on top of ABN radio and television. If you want to get more details of headlines we'll get to read this morning on top of the show, just log on to our website www.abntv.com.ng www.abntv.com.ng. And you can also download our all-in-one app on Google Play Store. Just type ABN Radio and then you can listen to us from anywhere and any time of the day. And that brings us to the end of Headlines Review on top ABN Radio and Television. My name is Just Gifted, and until next time, do have a beautiful day ahead. Thank you.